Are you at home, Ibrahim?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, good. Yeah, sometimes you can turn it off, but if possible, keep your camera on. Okay, Musa, then let's start our class. Today we are going to start again new chapter that is about volume and surface area. Very important chapter because that's a geometry, and we are going to use this a lot in the future, because even when you go to university you're going to see these topics. Okay, so volume and surface area. When we just say volume and surface area, we mean three-dimensional objects, right?
Hi, teacher.
Two different ways. Hi, Defna. We can understand volume, right? Number one is the solids. For example, basketball, right? When we just talk about the volume of the basketball, so in the space or in the air, how much space is it occupying? That gives us the volume. And how about if you talk about the container, for example, what is the volume of a glass? That means that how much liquid can it hold, right? Because it's empty inside. So that's two different understands of volume. So, and also the surface area, again, in many cases in our daily life situations, we need to know the surface area of something. For example, let's say you have a big factory, you are manufacturing basketballs, for example, right? You need to paint your balls. So let's say you are going to manufacture how many? In 1 year, 1 million basketballs, right? So if I know that, for example, certain amount of paint would be enough for some area, right? For example, if you're going to manufacture 1 million basketballs, how much paint will be needed? So we'll see these kind of questions. Okay, so what we have here in this chapter, we will learn how to draw sketches of pyramids, cones, and spheres. And these are very, very fundamental solids. Draw the nest of pyramids and cones, find the volume and surface area of pyramids, cones, and spheres, and solve problems involving volume and surface area of composite solids made up of a combination of pyramids, cones, spheres, prisms, and cylinders. Okay, my suggestions for you guys. Actually, this is very important chapter. If possible, you need to solve every problem. Okay, and number one, what is the how do you benefit from this? Number one, you will improve your vocabulary. Number two, you will improve your understanding skill. Number three, you will improve your problem solving skill, because most of the questions are word problems, geometry questions. Okay, it helps you a lot to improve your problem solving skill. Anyway, so that's just what's the motivation of this chapter. As you see in the picture, we see an ice cream cone, right? How does the manufacturer determine the volume of ice cream needed to fill up the cone completely? That is one simple question. Okay, so that is designed in such a way that's all right. It is really easy to hold this ice cream, and also if we want to know actually what is the volume of this cone, right, accordingly we can prepare our ice cream, and after that we can fill all these cones with the ice cream. It's all about calculation. To answer these questions we need to have some idea about the volume of such what is it thing. Anyway, let's start with pyramids. Okay, now we know what is a pyramids. When we just talk about pyramid, immediately we actually, what comes to our mind? Egypt, right? The big pyramids in Egypt. So what is a pyramid? Pyramid is a polyhedron. Poly means many, right? Hedron means face. Polyhedron means many. Actually, it's a solid which has many faces, that has a base, and which can be any polygon. And depending on the name of the polygon, we can name the pyramid, right? If the base is triangle, we call this triangular pyramid. If the base is square, square base pyramid. If the base is rectangle, we call this rectangle base pyramid. If it is pentagon, hexagon, whatever it is. And three or more triangular faces that meet at a point called the apex. So that is the apex of the pyramid, and all actually the what is it? The base of the pyramid is polygon, and all other faces are triangles, right? So these triangle sides are sometimes called the lateral faces to distinguish them from the base. So we call this lateral face. because also if you talk about cylinder, it has top and bottom, and also it has curved surface area. And how about for pyramid, we call this a lateral surface area. And also, as you see here, from the top to the base, right? Not to the base, to one side of this triangle, we call this slant height. Slant height is that height is not perpendicular to the ground. And from the top to the base of the uh, what is it, pyramid, we call this altitude or height of the pyramid, right? How high is it? How do we measure this? By it is altitude. Anyway, immediately let's see one simple question. In the example, OABC is a tetrahedron. Okay, tetra means, maybe if you played Tetris before, this Tetris game was very, very famous, like a snake game. It has 4 squares. Using this 4, we can make a lot of different shapes, right? For example, if I'm given 4, right? Number 1 is, I can make like this, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And using this one, I can make another shape like this, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And I can make another shape again, like what's, for example, uh, 1, 2, 3, and 4, for example. We can make a lot of different shapes. So you have to combine them together to fill the kind of gap. Anyway, tetra means, anyway, 4. So hedron means side, right? It has 4 sides. Triangle base pyramid. Given that the area of the base is 27 centimeters squared and the height is 7 centimeters, find the volume of the tetrahedron. Usually this kind of solids, how do you find the volume? It's just simply base area times height, right? So the volume is equal to base area times height. Okay. So in this question, the base is given, right? Base area is 27 centimeters squared and the height is 7. So the volume is equal to 27 times 7, which is equal to 7 times 20, 140, 7 times 7, 49. That's equal to 189 cubic centimeter. So the volume of this tetrahedron is 189 centimeters cube. That means that, what is it? One meaning of this one is, if you have small cubes, right? Let's say you have small cubes and the unit cubes, let's say we call this unit cubes in math, and one side is 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. So that means that we need 189 such cubes to make this tetrahedron, or that's also pyramid actually. Okay. Another example, VPQRS is a rectangle based pyramid where PQ, as see here, PQ is equal to 30 centimeters and QR equals 20 centimeters. Since we are talking about the rectangle has length and it has width, right? And given that the volume of the pyramid is 2000 cubic centimeters, here the volume is given. And now from here, we need to find its height. Height means its altitude, right? From point V to the center of the rectangle, because the base is rectangle. And what is the center? It's just the intersection of the diagonals of the rectangle. So again, what is given here? So the base area, first let's just find the base area. Base area is the rectangle. That's equal to 30 times 20, which is equal to 600 cm squared, right? And how about the volume? Volume equals base area times height. So also volume is given in the question. That's equal to 2000 centimeters cube. And make sure that actually units are the same. Base area we have just calculated, that's equal to 600. And height, I don't know, let's say it is h. And since I actually use capital H, also here, let me use capital H. Now, if you just solve this for h is equal to 2000 over 600. So the zeros cancel each other, right? 20 over 6, that's equal to 10 over 3. I mean, to be exact, that is 3 and 1 over 3 centimeters. So the height of this pyramid is 3 and 1.5, approximately 3.3 centimeters. So we are just talking about very small pyramids. Is it correct? 600, okay. It is 30, 20, 2000. All right. So it's a height is so short. Okay. Maybe it's a kind of chocolate bar. I think the chocolate bar is in pyramid. The base is, of course, so big. Maybe chocolate cake, something like that. So you can just imagine this. The height is just 3.3 centimeters. Base area times height. All right. Total surface area of a pyramid. So to find the total surface area, that means that we have base and lateral surfaces, right? Surface areas. In this question, O, P, Q, or S is the right pyramids. Okay, whose base is a square of size 14 centimeters. Okay, each. Given that the slant height of the pyramid is 17 centimeters, draw the net of pyramid and find its total surface area, right? So draw the net of the pyramid. That means that I'm just going to cut through Q to O, and P to O, and from S to O, and from R to O. And after that, if you just unfold this, you will get the net of this pyramid, right? So that is the net of this pyramids, right? So actually this height is 17, that's length height, that's 17. As you see here, the base is a square whose side is 14 centimeters. Okay, what is the question here? Draw the net of the pyramids, and just to save time, I have already put the net of this, and find its total surface area. Now from here, that means that we need to find the total surface area, or just the area of its net, right? So which is equal to, let me just write here, the total surface area is equal to, how many triangles here? We have 4. So that is 4 triangles, 4 times the area of one triangle, that's equal to 1/2 times base. What is the base? Base is 14 centimeters, right? So that's equal to 14 times height. Height is 17 centimeters. Plus, and also here we have 1 square, including the base. That's square, that's 14 squared. That's it. So that's equal to 4 times half times 4, actually, is just equal to 2. So here we have 2 times 14 times 17 plus 14 squared, which is equal to, okay, if you just take 14 out, 2 times 17, 34, 14 left here. So that's equal to 14 times 48. So 10 times 48 is 480, or 14 times 48, that's equal to 672 cm squared. So the total actual surface area of this pyramid is 672 square centimeters. Ibrahim Abdullah, is everything clear?
Yes.
Musa, any question?
Yeah, the 4 multiplied by
Yes, 4 times 1/2. Are you talking about this one?
yeah, how did you get it? I didn't
Here
understand.
we are looking for this one, right? As you see here, this triangle is identical to this triangle. It's identical to this triangle and to this triangle. We have such 4 triangles, right?
Right.
And that one is the area of one triangle. And I just multiply this by 4.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Ibrahim Abdullah, can you read this question?
QOPQRS is a pyramid whose base is a square of sides 30 centimeters each. The slant height OM is 17 centimeters. Find A. The height of the pyramid ON. B. The volume of the pyramid. C. Total surface area of the pyramid.
Thank you very much. So here we are given a beautiful pyramids. I don't know, pyramids are really beautiful. Actually, all geometry shapes, for me, actually, they look so beautiful, so nice. OPQRS is a pyramid, as you see, whose base is a square of size 30 centimeters each. The slant height OM equals 17. Okay, the height of the pyramid OM. So number one, we need to find the pyramid, right? The height of the pyramid. As you see here, from O to N, right? And the N to M. So I can just draw a triangle to find this ON. Let me just write here from O to N and from N to M. So what is it? It's just a right angle triangle, right? And this one is O, and this one is M, and this one is M. And this ON, as you see here, actually it's M, right? OM is the slant height. It's given 17. And ON, it's the height of the pyramids. I don't know. And how about NM? NM. Actually here, the side, actually the base is a square, right? Of side 30 centimeters. So that means that NM is half of the side of the square. So that is, which means that that's equal to 15, right? So from here, let me just calculate here. That is equal to, from Pythagorean theorem, that h is equal to, right? Okay, from here, let me just write this equation. H squared plus 15 squared, that's equal to 17 squared. So now from here, question A, h is equal to square root of 17 squared minus 15 squared. That's equal to 17 minus 15 is equal to 2. 17 plus 15, that's equal to 32. That's equal to 64. So the answer is 8 centimeters. So the height of this pyramid is 8 centimeters. And question B, we have to find the volume of the pyramid. And again, how do you find the volume of the pyramid? If you remember, actual volume is, as you go up, right, it's getting thinner and thinner, just tapering towards the point A. This is the apex of the pyramid, right? So to find the volume, actually we use this one, right? It's 1 over 3 times, oh my gosh, what did we do here? Guys, excuse me, just a minute. Okay. All right, that's question one. I made a mistake here. You know, what is the volume of the pyramid? Volume of the pyramid is 1 over 3 times base area times h. Daphna, do you know this?
I don't.
Okay. Actually, maybe you might forget this. Usually you start this in grade 6. So the volume of the pyramid is 1 over 3 times base area times h, right? Because actually it's not going straight. If it is prism, for example, just base area times height. So here it should be 1 over 3 times this. So here we have 1 over 3 and 1 over 3, which is equal to 63 cm cubed. Okay. And also here the volume is times 1 over 3. And here it is times 1 over 3. Oh my gosh. I'm awfully sorry. I don't know. For some unknown reason, we made this mistake. 1 over 3 times base area, we have calculated this equals 600 and height is h. So from here, h is equal to volume is 2000 over 600 over 3 is 200. So we should divide both sides by 200. So that's equal to 10 centimeters. Dot, dot, dot. The height of this pyramid is 10 centimeters. Okay, here we have no problem. All right, good. All right. So now from here, volume is equal to 1 over 3 times base area, right? What is the base area? It's a square, so base area is 30 squared times height. What is the height of the pyramid we have just found here? That's equal to 8. So here we have 1 over 3 times 30 squared is 30 times 30 times 8. So 30 over 3, that's equal to 10. 10 times 3 is 300. 300 times 8, that's equal to 2400 cm cubed. Okay, that is the volume of these pyramids. And how about the total surface area of the pyramids? And immediately we can just draw its nets. Again, we will have something like this. Here we have a square because base is a square, right? And here, triangle. Here again is a triangle. And here again is a triangle. And this is the net of this, what is it? Pyramids. And you'll see here once again, Musa, these triangles are identical, right? I don't have to calculate them one by one. Just find the area of one triangle and multiply by 4 plus add the area of the square. So here, C, let me just use green here. The surface area will be equal to 4 times area of one triangle, that's equal to 1 over 2 times base equal to 30. And how about the slant height is given here? That's 17. So that's equal to 17 plus the area of the square. That's equal to 30 squared, which is equal to, it is 4 times half, it is 2. 2 times 30, it is 60. So here we have 60 times 17 plus 30 squared is 900, which is equal to 6 times 17, that is 1020 plus 900, which is equal to 1920 cm squared. So the total surface area of this prism pyramid is 1920 cm squared. Leila, how are you? Are you there?
Good, you.
I'm also great, thank you. Okay, Ibrahim, any question?
No.
How about you, Miss Daphna? Are you tired today?
Kind of.
How many classes did you have today?
Teacher, it's not about the classes. I don't know. I just started today emotionally tired.
Emotionally tired? I never
Yeah.
heard such. Mentally tired, I heard this. Physically tired, but emotional tired, what does it mean?
So I don't know. I just felt too tired to feel any emotions. So I think I sort of the last week was a lot of stuff was going on since it was the first week of the year and everything. There was a lot of tests, quizzes, and homework to be done. So I started this week emotionally a little bit tired, emotionally, mentally, and physically. So
I see. Yeah, I can understand your situation, but maybe I can, but I try, but maybe I cannot because, we never had such life in here because we never had quarantine and there was no restriction. And every time we could go out only for a few weeks or for a few months, they just closed the schools and universities. That's it. And maybe also gym, but you could go out, you can travel, you can do your shopping. But as I heard in Azerbaijan, and you can go out only for 3 hours and you should get permission right through SMS and something, and staying at home all the
It's true.
time.
most of
And
the people in our age just don't go outside. They just stay inside. And there's a lot of people who go outside and stay more than 3 hours, or go outside early, and then when they're outside they sort of send the SMS so that they can stay a lot. So I think also the whole world is sort of sick and tired of it, emotionally and physically and mentally.
no, I mean, such situation not everywhere like this. In here, for example, let's say we don't have we never had such situation.
It might be because we're very close to Turkey. Turkey has a lot of coronavirus now.
Yeah, maybe because of this. Maybe in some areas like USA, in China, right, in there is a lot. That's why I think, but not every country they have such measures. But here, as I told you, since the, what is it, when did it start? Last March, right? We never had quarantine here. Like only they close some public places such as like schools, universities, some gyms. Okay, but all the time I always take my kids outside and we walk and eat ice cream every day. And just they should stay home.
true.
Even in this situation, I know that the whole day they are using telephone and technology. That's hard. And for you in your situation, I understand. But what you have to do is, I don't know, try to find something to entertain yourself and learn and have rest. I don't know. It's I can understand definitely. What can we do?
Teacher, actually, like, I'm not sick of the quarantine. I actually quite a bit like it. Cause like I never had like some time or something to just like stay at the house and like take care of my lessons and everything. So whenever it's the weekend, all the homework would pile up. Right now the weekend is just like a weekend.
Uh, yeah, maybe you got used to live alone, maybe on your own. That's why. But for me, I'm not the type of person who sits at home. I can never stay home, you know. That's why, thank God, that's actually we never had this kind of situation.
My parents are also like that. They're like, we should go outside. We should go outside sometime. And I'm like, I want to stay at the house because there's like no reason for me to go outside. I'm not gonna do anything if I go outside. I'm just gonna, go around and I don't know. I will have a
Yeah,
chance of getting coronavirus. There's
it's
no need
about
to do that.
it's about lifestyle, maybe. Also, my wife, she doesn't like
So
going out much, but I don't like staying home. Every day I
I'm
should go
just
to
not
bed
like
at this.
that kind of person, teacher. There was a lot of good schools in the whole city, and I chose the one that's nearest to our house. Like when we were at Turkey, I could just like walk to my school for like 5 or 2 minutes. Done. I'm not that active person. I don't like walking. I like swimming.
Hmm, good. I hope everything will be good. I hope. Leila, this flower is for you. Do you like flowers? Definitely. Do you know anybody here? You don't know, right?
No, teacher. Not.
How
I
about
think they're
Musa?
gonna come next week or something.
Like Ibrahim, do you know Musa and Leila?
No,
No.
not from school. I mean,
So you're all from different schools.
yes. Well, I don't know about them.
I see. Okay. Yeah, let's continue a little bit. And after that, I will give you some more information about your upcoming test. Okay. So that's good. Okay, Daphne, I hope everything will be okay. Let's continue. What can we do now? Really, the world changed dramatically. And I'm also still, shocked. I can't
Teacher,
really understand
you
what's
know
going on.
what I say, teacher? Invest in dollars right now. Cause like, no, actually, yes. Yes, invest in dollars right now because it's going to go up when the coronavirus and all ends. And right now, in the whole world, dollar is losing its like worth. So I think a good investment would be really turn out really nice nowadays.
Yeah, if
Like
you have
when
money,
the
not
coronavirus ends,
everybody.
everybody will be like outside and doing buying and shopping and stuff.
Hmm, okay. All right. Guys, let's continue. Another one then. Definitely we can continue later again about this topic, okay? After the course.
Okay.
So we have like 25 minutes left. So now let's talk about a cone. And also like pyramid, as you see here, the top right is just going smaller or narrower. So a cone is a three-dimensional geometric shape that tapers smoothly. And also that's the same thing for pyramid, right? That tapers smoothly from a flat base, frequently, though not necessarily circular. But here in our case, usually we only consider the circular one to a point called the apex or vertex. Anyway, that's it. And how about the volume? Volume of cone is equal to 1/3 times base area times height. Or that's just equal to 1/2, not 1/2. I don't know why I made these mistakes. Okay. So that is 1/3 pi r squared times h. Pi r squared, it is the base area, right? Height is the, h is the height, and we have to divide by 3. Yeah, you may wonder, if you wonder why we are dividing 3. Now, it is not in the scope of this course. You know, to answer this question, we have to study a little bit more advanced math, because I teach this stuff why we are dividing by 1/3 at university level, because you have to use integral, and that's a bit higher level. Anyway, just here you need to know the area formula and apply this to solve the problems. In this question, volume of a cone. A cone has a circular base of radius 12 centimeters. Okay, and a height of 30 centimeters. Find the volume of the cone, leaving your answer correct as 3 significant figures. Very simple question, just for warm up. So what is the volume? We know that that's equal to 1/3 times base area. That's equal to pi r squared. And here we have h. So here we have 1/3. So nothing is given about pi. So I'm just going to use the value of pi in the calculator. Let me just keep it as pi. And r is 12. So here we have 12 squared. And h is equal to 30, which is equal to 30/3. That's equal to 10. And here we have 12 squared, 144. So here we have 1/3 times 30 times 144 times pi. So that's equal to 1440 pi. And it says that leave your answer correct to 3 significant figures. That is 1440 times pi. That's equal to, what is it? 452323.89 blah blah blah, right? And when it says that 3 significant figures, that means that starting from the first digits, right? For the first non-digit number, we should just keep 3 digits. So the first non-digit number is 4. So these are significant. These digits are important for us, and other digits are not so important. So the answer will be 4, 5, 2, and 3 is smaller than 5. I can just write here 0. What is it here? The unit is cm. cm cube. That is correct as 3 significant figures. Okay. Significant means very important. Figures means here digits. That means that just these 3 digits are important. That is, the rest is not so important. Anyway, another example, a cone has a circular base of radius 6 meters and a volume of 84 pi meter cube. Find the height of the cone. Again, we are talking about a simple cone, but actually it must be a very big cone. Maybe kind of, I don't know, the top of the roof. And the radius is 6. So here the radius equals 6 meters. And how about the height? I don't know the height, right? And also volume is given. The volume is 84. So volume is equal to 1/3 times pi r squared times h. And what is volume? That is 84 pi equals 1/3 times pi. What is the radius? It is 6. 6 squared times h, right? So pi cancel each other. From here, 84. If you simplify the right-hand side, 6 squared is 36. 36/3, that's equal to 12. 12h. Now from here, what is h? 84/12, which is equal to 7 meters. Because the answer is in meters, ... the height of the volume, I mean this circular cone is 7 meters. Okay, we have some challenging questions, but we'll see them later. All right, that question I'm going to ask you guys. Okay, Musa, Defna, Ibrahim, Leila, and also on Wednesday we will have tests in this way. I will just how does I show you the question like this? You have to, I will give you some time, like 4 or 5 minutes, and after that, when time is up, we will move to the next question. Yes.
Teacher, I think is there going to be like this kinds of questions from like this topic, like volume and area?
No, no,
or is
no.
it going to be like about the other ones that we passed?
No. Definitely, I have already shared some questions. Okay,
Yeah, I know. I
Like-
looked at them.
this one, for example, tests. Okay, like 4, I think, practice purpose. The questions will be similar to this. Okay, if you can see that, let me just allow it one more time. All right, similar to this. I'll just move, for example, there's some questions. Let's say now in the quiz time. And I said, guys, here, question 1. Okay, 2 questions. Now you have 4 minutes. I will just keep the timer. And you have to solve this question on a piece of paper. And also, I will send the answer sheet on Excel. Okay. And you have to write your answer, solve it in a piece of paper, and move to the next question. The questions
Teacher,
will
can
be
we write it like,
the last 3 or 4 chapters, or the last
Okay.
3 or 4 topics.
teacher,
Okay.
can we like write it on digital, like somewhere, like on my iPad, and then like send that like write it from there to Excel?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, definitely. Because I'm going to prepare the answer sheet, not answer sheet, actually, let's say, for answers, okay, in PDF and Excel. If you want to write in, for example, PDF, you just open PDF with, what is it, Microsoft Edge. Just write your answers there and save it and send it to me. Actually, that's the best way if you
Okay.
can do this. But not everybody can have access. Not everybody has iPad. And that's why who doesn't have this, they can write their answer in Excel. Like, for example, 1, right? And in your answer sheet, there will be question 1A. Just next to this, you should just write your answer. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And that's you'll have this kind of questions. It's a revision purpose. That's why the question will come from different topics, maybe 4, 5, 6 different topics. Okay. So this is very similar to this format will be the similar. That's why if you practice, when I just actually show this, share the screen with you, you will understand and immediately you have to start solving the questions. Yes, Musa.
I didn't understand like the end of this test.
What do you mean?
The end question, like the last questions. I didn't understand it.
You mean in this test?
Yes.
Which one? This one?
No, the end. Yes, like this, like this.
What can you tell me the question number, Musa?
1 minute, please.
Hello, Musa, what happened?
I just took the test. Like 10, 8, 9, 7, and all. From 7 to end.
From 7
To end. To 10.
to 10. This test, right? Test 4.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes, definitely. If you want, let's just solve a few questions from this. Okay, this will be practice for you.
Okay.
I really like this Microsoft Edge. Maybe it's not so smooth, but it's good. Okay. Question 7. Let's start with question 7. The length of a rectangle. Okay. The length of a rectangle is increased by 20%. Right? While its width is decreased by 10%. Calculate the percentage change in the area of the rectangle. Let's say that is our original rectangle. Okay, so let's say the width is W and length is L, right? And we're just changing this, the area is A. Now what is it? The area equals W times L. So now it says that the length of rectangle increased by 20. So we're just increasing by 20, right? And decreasing the width by 10%. So increasing the length by 20%. What does it mean? It is 100% plus 20%. So new length will be 1.2 L. And how about decreasing the width by 10%? So it is 100 minus 10%, that is 90%. 90% is 0.9 W, right? So now let's say it is A1 and this one is A2. What is A2? A2 is 1.2 L times 0.9 W, which is equal to, what is 1.2 times 0.9? That's equal to 1.08 WL. That is the area of new rectangle. Now, what is the question here? Calculate the percentage change in the area of the rectangle, right? Now, what is the percentage change? As I say here, I can write it as WL plus 0.08 WL, or that's equal to WL plus, what is the 0.08? That's equal to 8% of WL. So what is the percentage change in the area of the rectangle? Your answer must be 8%. Okay. So actually just if you make these changes to the length and width of this rectangle, the area will increase by 8%. Okay, Musa, is it clear?
Yeah, thank you.
How about question B? Daphne, can you read the question? Let me have some rest, and after that we will discuss together.
By watering plants with a container instead of a running hose, Mr. Kumar finds that she can save 115 liters of water per watering session. If Ms. Kumar normally waters plants 3 times a week, how much water could she save in a year? How much will this water saving habit translate into money saved if each liter of water is charged at 0.204 cents? Give me your answer correctly to the nearest cent, assuming that there is 52 weeks in a year.
Okay. So I think question is a little bit clear. We are talking about watering plants in 2 different methods, right? 2 different ways. Number one is using a container, right? Just spray water to the plants. And second one is using a hose. So it says that by watering plants with a container instead of a running hose, Mrs. Kumar finds that she can save 15 liters of water per watering session. Okay, I don't know how many water sessions do we have. You'll see this now. If Mrs. Kumar normally waters plants 3 times a week, right? How much water could she save in a year? Okay, that is the first part of the question. Let's answer the first part of the question. And we know that it says in a week, in a year, we have 52 weeks. And in 1 week, she is watering 3 times, right? 3 times a week. So altogether, how many? Altogether, let's say the total volume she saves in a year is 52 weeks. And in each week, she is watering 3 times, right? And each time when she waters, she is saving 115 liters of water. That is 115 liters of water, which is equal to 52 times 3 times 115. That's equal to 17940 liters of water. So actually, instead of using a running hose, Mr. Musa, if she uses only the container, she could save that much water, 17,940 liters. What is it? It's approximately, let me just estimate this here. It is 18 tons of water. Okay, that's the first part of the question answered. The second part, it says that how much will this water saving, how much will this water saving habits translate into money saves if each liter of water is charged at 0.204 cents, right? We are saving that much water, and how much money we can save? Let's say the saving is not C. Let me just call this saving S. That will be equal to, actually, we just saved 17,940 liters of water. And each water actually costs how much? 0.204 cents. That is 0.204 cents, right? Which is equal to, now if you multiply this by 0.204, that's equal to something. And that is 3,659.76 cents, right? So now if you just multiply this by, divide this by 100, that will be equal to $36.5976. So she can save that much money. Maybe it's not a big, but still we can save some money. So how much will this water saving habit translate into money saved if each liter of water is charged at 0.204 cents? Give your answer correct to the nearest cents, and assume that, okay, they are just asking the cents. I can just leave my answer here. That is 3,659. That's equal to, nearest cents will be 3,660 cents. Okay, she could save 3,660 cents. Musa, did you understand it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, next question. How about question 8? It's about drawing, Musa. You need to use a protractor and a ruler and draw this. Construct a quadrilateral PQRS where PQ equals QR, 12 centimeters, PS equals 10 centimeters, and the angle. So you have to use, Musa, protractor and the ruler and draw this, and after that you have to measure this, okay? But in the test, of course, I can't ask this because you should do this on the paper. And how about question 9? The scale of a map is 1 to 400,000. Find the area of a piece of land represented by an area of 5.6 centimeters squared on the map. Give your answer in kilometers squared. So what is the scale here? Scale is given as 1 to 400,000. That's it, right? So we need to find the 5.6 centimeters squared. What is it? Find the area of a piece of land represented by an area. Okay, 5.6 centimeters. What does it mean? This means that here 1 centimeter represents 400,000 centimeters. Now, if I just change this into kilometers, because we have to leave our answer in square kilometers, we know that 100 centimeter is 1 meter, and also 1,000 meter is 1 kilometer. So that's equal to 4 kilometers. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that on the map, if we have a piece of area that is 1 cm and 1 cm, so this area will be 1 cm squared. And actually this piece of land represents this area, right? 1 centimeter represents 4 kilometers. 1 centimeter represents 4 kilometers. If this one is a square, so 1 square centimeter of piece of area on the map represents, what is it? 16 square kilometers of this land. In the question is 5.6 centimeters. At the time, 5.6 centimeters squared will be 5.6 times 16 square kilometers, because 1 centimeter squared represents 16 kilometers squared, which is equal to 5.6 times 16. 5.6 times 16, that's equal to 89.6 square kilometers. So dot, 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 your answer should be 89.6 square kilometers. Okay, Musa.
Okay, the thing I can't understand this question, that how I turn centimeter to centimeter square. Now I understand. Thank you.
Very good, very good. And the last question, I think question 10, let's solve this and finish the class. Given that y is directly proportional to x squared. Okay, immediately from here, what do we understand from this? That means that y is equal to k times x squared. It means this. And it says that when x equals 3 and y equals t, when x equals 3, y equals c. And when x equals 6, y equals ct. Find the value of c. So that means that here, again, if you remember that directly proportional means that this y over x squared is constant, right? So when x equals 3, y equals c. What does it mean? Here we have this relationship, y1 over x1 squared should be equal to y2 over x2 squared. Now from this relationship, what is y1? It is t. In the question it says t, right? Over when x equals 3. So here we have 3 squared. On the right hand side, y2, what is y2? ct, that is c times t, over, how about x? X equals 6. So here we have 6 squared. Now if you solve this for c, this t, they cancel out each other. So c will be equal to 6 squared, it is 36, over 9, which is equal to 4. So our c is equal to 4. Now also find the value of c. So c equals 4. Okay, that's the first part. And second part, it says that also find the value of y in terms of t when x equals 9. So if c equals 4, right? Okay. Okay, find the value of y in terms of t when x equals 9. Okay, so all right. I will continue here. Again, using this relationship again, y over x squared, right? Let's say it's y1, x1. Also, it's the same as y2. Maybe here I can write y3 over x3 squared, right? Because direct proportional means that if you just take any y and corresponding value of x squared here, the ratio must be constant. y1, we know that that's equal to t, and x1 is equal to 3 squared. And in the y3, we should answer this question. We have to find y in terms of t when x equals 9. So y2, I don't know what is y here. And what is x is equal to 9 squared. Now from here, if we just solve this for y, y will be equal to 9 squared, right? And here we have on the left-hand side 9. So the answer will be 9t. So that means that when x is equal to 9, then y will be 9t. So the answer dot dot c equals 4 and y is equal to 9t. All right. The last question, given that y is inversely proportional to the cube of x. What does it mean? It means that this y is inversely proportional to the cube of x, means it is x cubed. And that means that here y times x cubed is constant number. Okay, because inverse proportion means the product is constant. It says that y equals 8t when x equals half. So y equals 8t when x equals half. That's 1 over 2 cubed. That's equal to k. Now from here we can find our k. So what is k? K equals t. So our equation here is then this. It is y is equal to t over x cubed. That is how y and x are related to each other. Now, what is the question here? Find the value of y in terms of t when x equals this. So now that's the first part. The second part is we should find y. So here t is just some constant. When x equals 2.5. 2.5 is 5 over 2 cubed, which is equal to t over 5 cubed, that is 125, over 2 cubed, that's equal to 8. Now, if you simplify this fraction, 8 goes up, right? That's equal to 8t over 125. Okay, guys, any question? Musa, is it clear?
Yes.
Once again, on Wednesday, you will have similar questions. You have to just solve it and you write your answer. I think everything will be clear. The only challenge is the timing. Okay, so you have to manage your time well. And let's see. Guys, thank you very much then. I will see you on Wednesday. If you have any questions, you can ask now, and others, you can leave the meeting. See you on Wednesday. Any questions?
No.
Okay, then. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you on
Bye.
Wednesday.
Thank you too. Good luck. Goodbye.
Bye, Mr. Fish.
Bye-bye.